committing themselves to civil rights. The new government.
The battle has ended. Good morning.
1969.
This Mary Charter is not only a guide to those who lead our nation in government.
Notice, Lieutenant General Sheriff Ekofo.
Public in an attempt to make scapegoats of Rawlings and his men.
For the first time in Ghana, a group of junior army officers had attempted to
Country. After 3 months, they handed over to a civilian government under Hilal Liman.
I will set the appropriate examples myself.
B. Parliament is dissolved. C.
Error has come into being in this country. Supposed to be 24.
Of the free maternity care for our women. Late President knew those occasions would jab at
The revolution.
What kind of society did the revolution seek?
The society was one. At the time that the 31st came, there were a lot of shortages of basic necessities of life. So that was what the revolution was addressing first and foremost. We could not send out our timber because our bridges had collapsed. We could not come from the forest to the harbor. We could not send out our cocoa. It was locked up in the farms. Bridges had collapsed, the roads had collapsed. There were no spare parts for even the trailers to carry them. We were not producing enough local food because the tractors had broken down. No spare parts for the tractor. Even gas oil and petrol was in short supply. That filling stations could lock up for days without knowing when the next tanker was arriving. And there will be queues, very long queues of cars, motorbikes, gallons for those who were using kerosene lamps. So these were the immediate things that the revolution sought to address. And our hospitals were described as graveyards. I, for one, I was then doing my national service, and we went to visit the colleague teacher in the hospital. He was diabetic. We didn't have insulin for him. We visited him. We were coming. Our school truck hit somebody. And the person had a cut on the eye. We stopped. We picked the person. We sent him to the hospital. Fortunately, we got a doctor, the only doctor around at that day. It was a Sunday. And he took the patient to the emergency theater. And the emergency theater was leaking. The theater that is supposed to be sterilized was leaking. And the doctor, I can mention his name, he was called Dr. Deli. Very, very, very dedicated, very selfless doctor. He's passed on now. His brother is Dr. Deli, the skin specialist. That's what I'm talking about someone. So this doctor, he had just come from church and decided to pass through the hospital to check patients, government hospital. So he met the situation. He took the man to the theater. He didn't have the drug that was to be injected so that when they are sewing, stitching the wound, the man will not feel the pain. That was my first time of hearing that drug. It was called Xylocaine. The hospital didn't have it. But the doctor was prepared to stitch the man like that without that anesthesia. And the man, out of pain, pleaded that he would take it. He was going to Nalergo, where there was the Baptist hospital. And they had, because it was a missionary hospital, they had some few drugs coming through the missionary system. But the government hospital didn't have it. This was the situation that we grew out of. So when you have this kind of situation, We are not talking about socialism, we are not talking about capitalism, because you don't eat those things. The important thing is to provide the people with the basic necessities of life. Let the people understand they will be able to they will be prepared to throw out their total human endeavor for the changing of the system. And this was what the revolution provided. The revolution provided the direction. The revolution provided needed political education. The revolution provided the needed leadership quality in terms of honesty, no corruption. It was very important to be able to win the trust and confidence of the people. Because the people in leadership, it is more of what you do than what you say. People were looking at them. And they provided the right leadership, and that was how they were able to mobilize the entire country along for us to make those achievements.